So doing a discussion um, just about an artist, like the upbringing of an artist. I was thinking a song by Paul McCartney, solo career is called Wings. Wings were his group, they were like a backing band, like the E Street Band of Springsteen, after he left the Beatles. And I thought, what's the meaning of that, and how does it refer to other music that might mean satire, a small bit of satire in it? What's the meaning of that song? Um, Jet, Jet. He says, was your father as bold as a sergeant major? And then the next line is, he's talking about a journalist, you see. Like, journalist was saying, like, oh, Paul, when he was in the Fab Four, like, oh, you must have had a really strict upbringing, And I said, oh, it must be his father, People saying, oh, yeah, his father, like, And then he said, and then he says, the next line is, I thought the maid was a female suffragette, you see. But it's not an insult. I don't think he was getting involved in an insults competition. Just think for a second. Is like the portrait of the artist was Joyce in Infinity, first novel of that. And what else is his, that song Fie heist Mutter von Niki Lauda. Niki Lauda was a famous Formula One driver and a world champion, and he was an airline owner, a franchise owner as well, television presenter extraordinaire. And the next one, Mama Lauda, like who was Nicky? What was Nicky Lauda's mother name? Lauder mother, because it's just a joke, like Mama Lauter, Lauder man. So what's the joke? It's not really a joke. It is wordplay. Like I thought the major was a film. What's the greater meaning of that? Portrait of the artist or an artist's upbringing. So it means like that. You see. Maybe people are saying, "Oh yeah, it must have been the royal family." Like Paul McCartney was sitting at home in his mama's kitchen, drinking champagne, listening to Beethoven albums, or Tristan and Ludmilla or something like that, or these kind of things, And but it wasn't as Alda, sorry, he wasn't doing that. Like it's not what it means. It means it's a great compliment to his upbringing. His mother is in a male is his mother, and in the female her father. That they whatever they did in life, whether it is art or what, that they made a good job of it. And then you see, I saw it maybe in the French teachers club in the city here as well. Like imagine the music teacher in our local school in Cove, the music school, one of the school, not the school I went to, but the other school, there's music teachers. Imagine his daughters or sons or whatever. When the under 14, under 16 level, they'd say, oh yeah, this person so and so will get preference, a teacher's thing or whatever. Someone, but then would they got into the National Symphony Orchestra unless he had come down hard? So later people can't believe it then in the French society, French teacher society, that I'm Peter, Pierre, as they call me in that, the senior management of it. I'm better than all of them put together and all their offspring and all the convent schools and rugby schools where French teachers were in the ascendancy since the 1970s, So, like, part of the upbringing I got in the school was an iron fist, really, I suppose, and that's a good upbringing, Was your father, the school probably was as bold as a sergeant major, and, as Paul says, the upbringing was as bold as a sergeant major, or, what's the name, Nicky Lauda's mother, but that's a compliment, not some kind of a deposition or a slanging match or an insult comment. I don't think so.